Welcome to this week's 5 Minutes of Revelation. I'm glad you're here because today I want to get rid of a misconception that a lot of people have. And that is simply that God puts bad things on you, or that God lets certain bad situations happen to you just to teach you something, just to push you a certain direction and to bring you forward, because a lot of people think that way. And a great way to start this off is by reading Isaiah 30:21, because here it says, "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way, walk in it.'" And this talks about how God wants to lead you. See, He does not want to push you. He doesn't want to let bad circumstances happen to you just to teach you something. No, He wants to tell you face to face, this is the way, walk in it. When you turn to the left and you're supposed to turn to the right, then God is there telling you, no, don't go that way, go right. Or if you're turning to the right and left is the way you should go, then God will be there saying, no, don't go that way, go left, this is the way, walk in it. And see, that's how God wants to lead you. And a simple reason why God cannot just push you into doing certain things, or why God cannot just let anything bad happen to you to teach you something, is simply the fact that He gave you the freedom of choice. See, He gave you the choice. You have to choose to hear from Him. You have to choose to be led by Him. Or you can also choose to not be led by Him, to not receive anything from Him. And that means He cannot do anything for you in your life, because you have the freedom of choice. See, if you didn't have this freedom, then God would simply make everyone be saved. But He gave you the freedom. He wants you to choose to follow Him. He gave you the choice. So, unless you choose to receive God's direction, He cannot lead you. Unless you choose to receive God's correction, He cannot correct you. So, those people that say, well, I didn't do anything, I didn't yield to God, or I didn't ask God for anything, and He just let anything bad happen to me to teach you something, it simply cannot be that way, because you have to choose to be led by God. You have to choose to be corrected by God. If you don't choose that, God cannot direct you or cannot lead you. Because if you don't choose that, the devil is there, the world is here, the things happening in this world, and then this world will push you a certain way. The devil will be able to influence people and let certain things happen in your life to make something bad happen to you. That's not God. Then that's the devil, because you didn't actively choose to let God into your life and to let God direct you. God cannot direct you, I can't say it enough, unless you let Him. And God cannot teach you unless you let Him teach you. So it's an active choice. Unless you choose to let God tell you where to go, He cannot do it. So when you think, well, God lets bad things happen to me just so I am led, no, that's not true. First of all, God cannot just let anything happen in your life unless you choose to give Him place. And if you choose to let God direct you, then it's like Isaiah 30:21 says. I'll read it to you again. "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ear will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way, walk in it.'" That's how God wants to direct you. And see, you're not some kind of animal or a baby that God has to take certain things away from you to teach you something, or God has to do something to your circumstances to teach you something. See, God wants to be in fellowship with you. He wants to be face to face with you. He wants to be your friend. And you don't correct friends by taking something away from them or treating them bad. You teach friends in love. And that is by speaking to them, by telling them what to do, by showing them the right way to go, by talking to them. And that's how God wants to direct you in everything you do. See, if there's something in your life that God doesn't fully agree with, or that's just simply not good for you, God will always be there telling you, hey, don't do this, that's not good for you, that's not the right way for you to go, go the other way. But God won't just take it away from you, because you have to choose to let it go. And if you choose to let it go because it's something bad, then God will gladly take it from you. But unless you choose to let it go, God cannot take it from you. but He will always be there telling you, that's not the right way, go the other way. And the moment you understand this, and the moment you become open to hear from God and to receive those words into your life, it will change you, it will change your life for the better, and it will change your relationship with God and the way you've seen God completely. Because now all of a sudden you will understand how good God truly is. That He doesn't let bad things happen to you. That He doesn't try to teach you with bad circumstances or something being taken away from you. No, He speaks to you like a good friend. He tries to show you the way to go, and all He needs you to do is to open your ears and receive His words. And that's what I want to encourage you to do today and for the rest of your life. Be open for God's direction. Understand that you need to let God in so He can guide you, so He can lead you. And if something bad happens to you, know that God is not behind it. But in this bad situation, God is still always there, waiting for you to turn to Him so that He can get you out of this bad situation, put you on top and back into His blessings. That's God's will for your life, to be your friend and to fellowship with you. So take this with you. Don't forget to read your chapter a day, and I'll see you again next week.